Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Design Recharge, and I'm super excited to have Mike Jones, one of the one of the founders
Co-founder.
of Creative South Conference. And all these people over in the chat, tons of them have been to Creative South, and you should go too. And I think they're going to close registration soon, so you want to get it before they close. So, Mike, thanks for being here. I'm really excited to come, and I'm really excited to have you today.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate you.
And nobody can read that fast, so everybody's just going all on it. So.
I'm gonna have to go back through that whole chat and just be like, "Oh, that's fantastic."
Right. It's good to see everybody for sure. So,
Can Matt say hey?
Yes, Matt.
Say hey, Matt.
Is it live?
Yeah, it's live. Say hi.
Hey.
Yay!
Hey!
Hey! All right. Good times.
All right. So, Mike, give us a little bit of your background and why you wanted to start a design conference, and give us a little bit of the background of the conference.
Oh wow. Okay. I'm a designer like all of these other fine folks. Been doing design for about 15 years now, and I don't know. I went to WMC Fest in Ohio a couple years back and got done and came home and realized that we didn't really have anything like that here in the South, and I thought it'd be cool to start something. So I reached out to a buddy, and we started doing it in 2011, and just to see what would happen. And for us, it was a big success, and it just grew from there. So now we're just doing what we do. I don't know.
This is a 5-year mark. That's pretty good.
Yay! Yeah, 5 years. 5
so
years.
then how long has it been at the location that it's at now?
This will be year 2 at this location. So the very first one we did was at the DoubleTree here in town, and we had one of the little conference rooms at the hotel, and we had 45 people show up, and we had 2 speakers. And then last year we went to the Springer Opera House. We had 28 speakers total, 5 workshops, and about 450 people showed up. So we're doing something right, you know.
Yeah.
God's been good and blessing us with people at the right time and the right venue. So we're excited to see what happens this year. Anyone? Hello?
To me is what?
I missed that last part. You froze up.
Oh, sorry. I'll say it again. One of the things to me that makes it stand out is that it was really warm, not temperature-wise. I mean, it was warm temperature-wise too, but it was just so warm and so friendly, and it really just felt like awesome, like family. And people were really nice. They weren't stuck up. You could go up to anybody and talk to them. And also the town was really nice. It was really safe, and you know how it's set up. You can kind of walk around and you make friends. Then you go to lunch, and so it's the best. To me, the best conference for the best making good connections with people as well that I've ever been to. How do you think you pull off that feel? Thank you for doing it. How do you pull it off?
I mean, wow. How do you answer that? I mean, I think by keeping attendance low, you keep, like, you know, we're not a HOW or we're not a WMAX or whatever, and those are all valid and awesome, but I think by keeping our numbers on the low side, it allows for more face time. I think just the way that we treat people, you know, I'm all about Southern hospitality and the way that I treat folks, and I think that keeps people coming back. You know, I am going to hug your neck when you get here. I mean, that's just part of it. You know, if you know me, that's how I treat folks. So, again, I think it's coming down and feeling like you're welcome. You know, we want you to feel that way. We want you to leave inspired to go do something with people you met here. So if we can kind of cultivate that experience to always be warm and family-like, and I think the way that I tell people, like if you've never been to Creative South, the way that I tell people, it's like going home to your grandma's house for Sunday supper, and then she's going to pray over you and hug your neck and then feed you real well, and then you're going to talk shop for 3 days. Like that's what we're like, and I want to keep it that way.
You talk shop with your grandma?
You know, grandma, cousins, whatever. She'll listen.
I know. I'm just playing.
You know what I mean. Come on, Diane.
Hey,
everybody else is giving me crap, and now you're going to help. That's fantastic. Thank you.
So you really do hug people that you've never even met, and I think that's great. But that
Why not?
honestly, oops, what?
I said, why not?
Yeah, why not? So, all right. So, how is this year? This deer is what I was gonna say earlier today. I said instead of saying chili cook-off, I said I can remember chili chick-off or something. Anyway, I was all messed up today. So sorry about that. You're getting the leftovers from me
You
teaching.
need coffee.
I don't drink coffee, but anyway, how is this year gonna be different?
Oh wow. Man, I mean the same kind of vibe, same location. Some stuff I'll share, some stuff I won't share because we want it to be a surprise. But the stage is going to be different this year. So the paint can that was there is going to be actually in the vendor village, so you can take pictures with it. We're going to repaint it, kind of reskin it, but have it out where folks can take photos with it, with the photo booth and that in the background, and so that'll be a little different. Vendor Village this year will have Mama Sauce and Real Thread have teamed up to do a print village. So
Cool.
unlike last year where you printed your T-shirt at the mixer, we're moving that inside. You'll be able to print your T-shirt or shirts, and the poster, and kind of get this whole feel for what that process is really like. So they're going to be doing this cool thing. They've partnered with us and Adobe to make that a reality, and we're excited to see this unfold for the first time from those two great companies. Type Fight's coming back. Lenny, you better watch out. What's that?
Do you have the ring?
Yeah, the ring is coming back. Yeah, all of that's coming back. Like I said, Lenny needs to watch out because he's going to get beat again. Just saying, Lenny.
Well, let's talk about that for just a minute, because I think we had a question from Lenny, and he kind of wanted to know how you felt after knowing that you cheated. And
cheated
let's just
is a really harsh word, Lenny.
Yeah, it is, but that was
Wow.
exact quote.
Yes, if that's what you want to call it. Yeah, this year, yeah, I felt fine. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was a glorious feeling, Lenny. But no, this year we're gonna do a little differently. Lenny and I have agreed to no stops. No, pull out all the stops. Like use all your social media. Go not even nothing. Whatever you want to say, all out. And I'm excited to see what he brings to the table. It's not gonna be as good as what I'm bringing to the table, but it will be something.
So tell people a little bit about. So you walk in and you get your stuff. There is it going to be set up kind of like it was last year? You walk in the door. Let's just take them through the whole thing. The Springer's this old, beautiful building. Just tell them a little bit about everything.
Okay, cool. So kind of backtracking a bit because I got off subject, but Thursday all day is workshops, and workshops will be going on. The Springer has an annex. It's like where all the dance studios are, and that's in the back of the theater. And there's a little courtyard there, and people who are doing the workshops will actually come in a different entrance behind the building, and we'll have signage and people out directing you to that entrance. They'll check in there. They'll go ahead and get their bags. They'll get all their stuff that normal people would. And
Lenny,
man, that's messed up.
The only thing you bring.
I saw it. Very funny. Ha ha.
Okay.
Feed the bear.
So they get their stuff
there. They'll do workshops all day there, and then that night Matt is in charge of the kickoff mixer, and he has planned one heck of a party. So we actually this is kind of being announced right now. So I've told several people who are in this forum, but a majority don't know. But we have actually rented the pedestrian bridge above the Chattahoochee River. So the city took one of our car bridges and converted it into a pedestrian bridge, but pavers and nice seating and plants and all kinds of stuff on it. So we've rented that out, and the kickoff mixer is going to be on top of this bridge, and we've decided to kick it off with Ink Wars. So Ink Wars will also be up there. We'll have a DJ, we'll have a beer truck, we'll have whiskey women, we'll have these catered food stations all over the bridge, and you'll be able to pick up. What you'll do is you'll take your ID and your ticket your ticket confirmation email, and what? Oh, you're freaking out a little bit. And
this is on Thursday, right?
This is on Thursday night, yes, ma'am. Thursday night, and you'll go check in. They'll send you up to the other table. You'll pick up your badge. You'll go have a good time. When it's over and you're leaving, you'll grab your bag to take with you. So you'll go ahead and get your swag bag at the end of the party. That way you can just take it on to your hotel or whatever, and you can either bring it back or not. It's totally up to you. That way you're not toting an extra bag around during speakers all day unless you absolutely want to do that. And then for folks that won't make it to the party but just come straight into the conference, man, I know I'm going to have to read this later, but they'll show up to the venue, same entrance as last year, but we have the first morning registration will kind of, it won't let you go straight into Vendor Village. You're going to go around the theater because we're going to have a coffee lounge area. So you'll have more of a coffee bar to go to, and then you can either go into the theater and then go to the Vendor Village, but you won't go straight in. Now, day 2, it'll be set up a little different. You'll get to go kind of beeline, but we're trying to make it a little easier for people to register and kind of go into the theater and for coffee instead of going straight in and kind of making. We're trying to limit that traffic pile
kind
up
of
like we had
bottlenecked
last
a little
year.
bit.
Yeah, it is.
Right.
We're trying to eliminate that. That's a little different. And then it's speakers Friday and Saturday, and you'll have all day Friday. You'll have Type Fight going on. You'll have Vaughn Glitchka will be in there doing 5-minute logos with Vaughn. You'll be able to watch all of those on big screen TVs and participate. And if you haven't signed up for Type Fight Live, it is full. Sorry, you missed it, but
Tell them what Type Fight is.
So it's
if people don't know.
It's a 52-person battle. It's so like say Lenny and I get picked to do the letter E again or something.
But you don't know what letter, right?
No, you don't know what letter, and you don't know who your competitor is except for Lenny and I because we requested to have a rematch. And I found out today that Letter Flirt and Zach Wilkinson wanted a rematch, so they'll be battling again. But everybody else you get assigned to somebody in your same skill level, and then you don't find out your letter until you get there, and then you have an hour on top of a wrestling ring to battle in front of your competitor. It's pretty fun.
At a table.
At a table. You'll be at a table. You want to throw stuff at them or banter, there's microphones. I know Lenny and I will definitely be throwing out words of wisdom towards each other. But, yeah, definitely that's Type Fight. And then it's just going to be a vendor village. People are going to be selling wares, and there'll be some good people in there. And there's still spots for that. If anybody's interested in having a table there, hit me up on Twitter or email me or whatever. And we'd like to see it full of good wares.
So how about the speakers? So what happens, what time does it start? What time do people need to be there? I know last year they really didn't want us to bring drinks in there. And
Sure. So that's a good point. Let's see. 8 a.m. is when you can come on in to register and go get coffee. The saloon, the Springer will provide Cokes and water and stuff for purchase at their saloon. I'm not sure if they're going to have beer this year, but they might. I have to check tomorrow. Actually, this evening I'll check. We're going to do a walkthrough. And you can't have drinks in the theater because it's super old and vintage and historical and all that. But you can have them everywhere else, which is cool. Speakers don't overlap. Their talks are 40 minutes apiece. And we have 2 30-minute breaks, one in the afternoon. One in the morning, one in the afternoon. That just give you more FaceTime with people. I think that's a big draw. Is people want FaceTime. The good thing about it is all of our speakers are accessible. They're you want to go up to them and ask them a question, be bold and go do it. They like to talk like the rest of us. So and that's kind of how that works. The MCs, Raji and Justin, will be running the stage show. For sure.
So during the breaks, it's like a 30-minute breaks? Is that what it is?
Yeah. 30-minute breaks.
So then at lunch, one thing that was great about Savannah is what I almost said.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great about Savannah, but we're not there. Columbus is that everything's kind of walkable, and actually the town was really welcoming to us. I didn't ever feel like, oh gosh, here those people come in again.
Sure.
Parking was a little, you couldn't park right at the Springer, but there's a
Right.
parking garage that's really close. And then if you're at a hotel, I just walked from my hotel last year and it was fine. But that was something that was really nice. You and a bunch of people could go, and dinner, lunches, there's tons of places around there, and they weren't really expensive. I mean, I'm sure you could find an expensive place if you wanted, but
Oh, yeah.
I always felt like I had enough time to eat, even though there were some long lines. I felt like I had enough time to eat, and then I could come back, and I didn't miss a speaker, and because
Nice.
I'm really anal about that, and I took good notes. But that's something. Is that something you had to work out with the town, or were they happy, or did they avoid us coming in?
No, I mean, we always work with Uptown, who is the people that run downtown. I've never understood that terminology, but that's just how it is. That's a whole other part of like the Southern hospitality. People are going to be nice, and that's the cool part. You can walk down the sidewalk, see a stranger, say hello, and they're going to speak back to you, and that's one of the reasons I love living here. But restaurants know we're going to be here this year. We've also incorporated, I think you get 2 hours and 15 minutes for lunch this year instead of an hour and a half or whatever it was. It's a longer lunch break, so that gives you a little more time to get in and out of places. There are a wide variety of places to eat downtown. They are in walking distance, and it's funny because folks that aren't from here think that strip is our city. Like, that's Columbus, but Columbus is the second largest city in the state of Georgia. So we have Fort Benning is here, the National Infantry Museum's here, largest urban whitewater course in the world is here. The city is a lot more than what you see in downtown. There's a lot more to it, but I'm glad that downtown treats everyone well, and they love having us back, and it's nice to hear that.
Yeah, it was great. And so Meredith said she ate at Mama Goldberg's 3 times a day, and nobody looked at her funny, which I think is hilarious. I know she's not going to be able to be there this year, but next year, after you have your baby, that'll be good.
Mama G's is okay. I had that for lunch today, actually.
It's always yummy. All right, so what about who's going to be speaking? I know you've announced it, and you want to talk about the workshops? What workshops are going on, and are there any spots left in workshops?
Yeah, there's a few. I mean, honestly, off the top of my head, I have to go log in to look at this stuff, and I can give you a better rundown of what's what. But let me do that real quick, and I'll tell you exactly how we're doing.
And I'll tell you a fun fact about Georgia, because I grew up in Georgia. Georgia is the largest state east of the Mississippi. Did you know that? That's right.
No, probably should, but yeah. I barely can keep up with myself.
Did you grow up in Georgia?
Me?
Yes.
Me? Yes. Yes, I did.
Didn't you take that in Georgia history?
Yeah, but when was that? Like 8th grade? I could barely remember my name some days.
But that's a fun fact.
It is a very fun fact, and I'm so glad you shared that fun fact with us.
Right. So Peter's saying that there's I'm full of fun, weird facts that don't.
It's all good.
So Peter said that there's a class Rob's teaching.
Yep. So workshop-wise. What?
Okay, you go.
No, I was just gonna say, Rick Messer has a fun-sized mobile design workshop where he talks about how to design for the mobile platform, and I think you come out of there with an app that actually works, from what I understand. That one sold out. Daniel Evans' food typography class has 6 spots left. Adobe's workshop is a Muse workshop, presented by Terry. He's one of their evangelists, and they have 23 spots left, but they had a big number pool anyway. Dustin Lee's passive income has 15 spots left. Maddox Schuler's Glyphs workshop has 18 spots left. Rob's workshop has 2 spots left, so get them while they're hot. Bob Ewing's workshop, Bob and Ian Bernard, that one sold out. Nick Slater's badge building workshop is got 3 spots left, and Anatomy of a Logo has 31 spots left, but they're holding. It's a 60-person workshop, so it's half full. And then I'm going to announce right now too that we're adding a brand new workshop. It's going to be, I'll put the details on the web later today, but Real Thread is going to do a screen printing workshop for 17 people. and you don't want to miss it. If you can get in one of those 17 slots, sign up. I'm going to throw that out there on social media and on our website today. But for everyone here now, it is on. They buzzed me and said, "Hey, we want to do this." And I know you come out of there with a custom design tee that won't be printed ever again.
Wow.
And some super extra goodies too that I don't want to ruin for anyone. But yeah, it's all about the screen printing process and what they do and how they do it, and then you actually get to do it yourself.
So this year's a little different. Last year you had workshops that you could take. You could sign up for all of them, and they were kind of in a small room, and then you took all of, or you could just go to the ones you paid for.
Right.
And then this year it's a lot different. So it's in the other building. It's in the annex, and then there are some at the same time. So you're able to have more workshops. Did you have any issues, or because I hate that Rob's and Bob's are at the same time. And I had already told Rob I would do his, and I feel bad. I told Bob I'm going to get the notes from somebody, but
sure. That was always a concern when you overlap stuff, but we made it a point to make sure that all the speakers weren't overlapped, because that was a big thing with a lot of attendees. Don't overlap speakers from year 3. So we fixed that. But if I don't overlap workshops, I have to add another day, and that's more costly on travel and hotel and everything for people that have to fly in. And at this point, it's like, you know what? You got to choose. You got to make a choice. Life has choices. Make a good choice. If you miss one, try to get it next year or whatever. But there's just that. We had to do it like that, and yeah, some of those choices are hard to make, but it's sorry, and it allowed us to make more workshops available and to help make the conference a better conference.
Well, and I think one thing you tried to pair them up in a way that, like, Rob is more web, and Bob's more like hand-drawn, so people might not want to go to both of those.
For sure.
Me, maybe. But I mean, I just want to go to all of them. But I think it's fine. But again, it's kind of like, hey, make a friend, get some notes, and then maybe you can talk to them about it later.
That's true. And we also adding one other thing is, in each one of the rooms there'll be a like a snack bar kind of thing. You'll have drinks and cookies and chips and fruit, and I'm not in charge of what's going back there, but it's supposed to be a good spread that you can kind of snack on while you're in the workshop, so you don't have to go out and get something. And if you get thirsty, just go back to the back of the room, get you a drink, and call it a day. And then everyone that's in Rick's workshop, because it's a super long workshop, lunch is provided for them too. So, and then you also have a lunch break during it. 2
questions. One, if you are, say I always sign up for me, and I buy a ticket for somebody else, but it's all under my name. Or a workshop. What if I've signed up for a workshop, but I just bought 2 tickets under my name? How do I get it so that somebody else can use my ticket?
Sure. So
who should they contact?
They contact me, just Mike at CreativeSouthGA.com, and just say, hey, here's the situation. Here's what I need to do, and then we'll go fix it manually. I know Rob and Peter are kind of working on a little bit of updates for that segment so people can do it themselves. But right now, since we're such a short time out, we're just keeping it simple. Just contact me, and we'll fix it for you.
Okay, so
as long as that person shows up and they're on the list for the workshop, they'll be fine.
Okay, so what about I know you video the regular speakers.
Yes.
How about the workshops? Is that something that would be available to buy later?
No. Nope.
It's just you go and you get notes from somebody else.
Yeah, and here's why. The workshops are very, very intimate setting. It's you and that person sharing their knowledge. If I had it videoed, it takes away from the experience to me of being one of 30 people that got into that workshop on time. If you really wanted to be there, you would have bought a ticket already. So, unless you're like you and want to take all of them, and then you can't make your mind up. So, I think we don't videotape the workshops for that reason. And logistically, it would be it's a lot more work for the video crew to come in there and do that.
Right.
So we try to keep it simple for them too.
So usually, oh, I keep forgetting to switch back. Sorry. Usually you always, and I don't know if you've done this or you're not doing this, but I know you did, not last year, but the year before, you gifted a conference. I don't know if it was a whole pass or whatever, but I know last year Peter did that. Peter gifted a thing, and so I passed it on this year, and I gifted one of my tickets to somebody who's here, Jeremy. And so is that something that you often do? You just do it every once in a while, or you just did it for when you were getting to know Peter?
No. This year we have a guest attendee, and yeah.
So it's just
something every year.
So that's cool. So I think that's a neat way to kind of give a gift.
Peter was the first one.
Yeah. Peter was the first.
Yeah. So then it just started every year. We had somebody new.
I think that's awesome.
So.
And then he passed it on, right? He Design vs. Cancer sponsored, I think, the Frost Homes won that ticket.
Yeah, I believe so. My memory is so.
Well, I'm pretty sure it was them.
I remember he did it, but
right.
There's so many moving pieces. Okay,
so so we've talked about Thursday night. We've talked about Friday. Is there anything Friday night?
I'm sorry. One more. Is there anything Friday? These people, y'all cannot say that kind of stuff to me on any of our social platforms.
I don't even know what they're saying.
No, I mean, it's Peter on Slack giving me a hard time.
Okay.
Yes, I read it. Ha, ha, ha. Okay. And I'm glad your life was changed, man, for real. As your family, bro. Family. So, Friday night, yes, we do. We have an after party after all the speakers. It's at a bar. We've got the whole bar to ourselves. It's called Flip Flops. I think it's across the street from the loft where we had it last year, but it's instead of just having a section of it, we have the whole bar from a certain time, and I don't have the times right in front of me, but I feel like it's 7 to 10, and then after that it's open to the public, but we can stay. But we decided this year that we're going to do karaoke, so we got a karaoke guy coming in, so everybody can have fun, get up there, acting stupid, and I'm going to get up there, of all people, and do some Friends in Low Places or some nonsense. But yeah, it should be fun, I think, and you'll have props and all that, so it'll be a good karaoke experience, and just add to that, coming together to have a good time, celebrating that we're here.
So that's another thing that I thought was so great, because it really did feel like it felt like youth camp all over again, because it was from morning to night, you were all with these people, and I just went back to my room and I fell asleep.
Sure.
And then I got up and I did the whole thing again. And so to me, I thought that we went to dinner, and then I don't even remember, it all kind of floods together, to be honest. But so I went to that thing also. I think that's where I talked to Tina and Jason Frostholm a bunch. Yeah. And so then Saturday you get up and you do it all over again. Last year it ended with Ink Wars, and now you're kind of starting with Ink Wars. So
sure.
Can you talk about what you're doing
to finish it off?
Saturday? Yep.
So Saturday speakers go all day, and then at the end I'm going to get up on stage and thank everyone for coming, and then we're going to go home. But I mean, I wanted to just end it simple, and as far as extra, nothing on Saturday. Saturday's a thank you, and we'll introduce the staff and thank them and that sort of thing like we always do. And then Sunday, Shane Helm and I, mainly Shane, because he's way more prepared than me, but we're doing a Creative by Design Bible study on Sunday, and it will most likely be at the Marriott in a conference room, and it's open to anyone that registered at the conference, and it's just for people who are not going to make church because they're traveling but still want to get the word in. We want to be able to showcase some of that and pray together and just kind of bring it home with the message of if you know God and He's in your heart, then here's how you should be designing. And it's really informative and really cool and a fun way to gather and fellowship after the conference is over. And if you come to it, you'll have a limited edition poster for your office that we're getting made up. I think Scott's actually designing it for us this year, and I think Modern Giant might be printing it.
Cool.
But yeah, just something that we like to do because like I go to church on Saturday night, but because of this, I can't be there. So it's my way to still stay up and fellowship with all these awesome people. So I'll be talking more about that during the conference, and I would definitely, Saturday night when we close out, I'll let everybody know what's going down and where to be and when it's going on. But that's kind of our way of ending it for full on, if that makes sense.
That's awesome. And so Levi has a question. Is the pedestrian
Yes,
bridge within walking distance of the Marriott Hotel?
Yes. Okay. So depending on which hotel you're staying at, if you're staying at the downtown Marriott, that's normally the hub for everyone, it's at the other end of Broadway. So you're on 9th, and you have to go to 14th. So it's like 5-block walk. Super simple. If you're staying at the Courtyard Marriott, which is on the Phoenix City side, you just walk off of the bridge to the hotel. Like, it's that close. It's like 100 yards from the bridge. So either one is completely fine.
So really, you can walk to the conference from the Phoenix City.
Oh, yeah. You just cross the pedestrian bridge and go 5 blocks, and you're there. 5 blocks down and 1 block over.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. That's even better.
That sounds right in my mind.
All right. So
maybe 6. No, 5. Wait.
I
14
think
minus 9. 5 blocks. Yes. Math.
Yeah, I'm really bad at math. I'll get a calculator out. I'm sure my mom will be real excited. But so what's your favorite part about running it?
About running it?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Besides getting to just hug necks and tell everyone hey and chat folks up and kind of get recharged myself, I love praying over everyone at the beginning. That's probably one of my favorite things. And
cool.
Then, there's the food. Yeah. That part's not too shabby either.
All right, so we have like it's 202, so or whatever. So I'm gonna announce my little giveaway, which I know is tiny.
It's not. It's awesome.
I'm bringing 300, and it's these little sketchbooks. So I said, and so I did it all French paper because I'm a big and French paper is gonna be there, right?
Yeah, they're a sponsor, and Brian French will be one of the panelists.
And so I used oatmeal for the interior, so it's a little different, but it's a tiny little sketchbook, but it's robot-y, and so I like robots. So can you talk about any like little things that'll be in all the swag bags hidden?
Oh no, I mean there's some good stuff in there this year. The bags themselves have been sponsored by Rickshaw Bag Works. And he did some jam-up bags for not only the attendees, but then he did some really jam-up bags for the speakers and VIPs and stuff. And in fact, I'll show you just a piece of the speaker bags because my wife took the whole sample with her. Imagine that. 2 seconds. Nope. I'm just kidding because, I'm a designer and everything's where it should be. Carry on. Anyway, it's a cool bag. But we did a really nice canvas tote this year, and then I know you're gonna get. Should I ruin it?
Maybe not.
What's the vote on the chat panel? Tell you what's in the bag or not tell you what's in the bag?
Do you like surprises?
You want to know? Is it that big a deal? I can share it. It's not really that big a deal. Whose call? No one's responding.
So Design vs. Cancer has some swag too, and I'm gonna give away something also.
There's some. I think everybody there will have something to give you.
Yeah.
But I know we got fill notes for everyone again this year.
Cool.
But they're the new spring edition, number 26, whatever. I can't remember what it's called, but it's that special rad spring edition. And then there's 2 stickers that will be in there, 2 new stickers. Well, we kind of recolor the peach every year, so that's going to be in there. Tell us.
So it's a pretty even surprise.
You guys are not helping at all. Yeah, buttons will be in there. Yeah, just some stuff. You'll see. It's good. So, if you don't like it, tell me.
Hey, so one thing I also thought was really cool about the conference. Oh, sorry. I thought it was cool that I got to meet a lot of people, and then I made connections, and I started doing business with them. And I know that you've done that too. Can you talk a little bit about that? And maybe, I don't know how long Lenny's been going, but then you did something with Lenny. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, it's really cool. I think that just takes us back to, you know, bringing the community together, showing them this love, the Southern hospitality, and then like having everybody be inspired to go do something with their buddies they met there. And that I'll take that home by saying, you know, there's so many people have done that. Man, like from Ware Stewart, for instance, Russ Pate met those guys there, and now he works there. You know, Rocky. I mean, look where Rocky was, and then he goes to Focus Lab, and now he's in California, and it's like, boom, he's blown up. The guys from Birmingham Design Week came in and saw some stuff and got their thing really blown up. And then, oh man, TopCon. The guys from TopCon came down one year, and then now they have this awesome thing going on up there, and their conference is so much fun. And just all these little collaborations that happen. And then, yeah, Lenny and I, we were leaving Creative South. Was it 03? The third one, yeah. And 13, sorry. And he was like, hey, we should get up. And I was like, yeah, we should get up. Or he had an idea, I had an idea, we came together and made it a bigger idea. And lo and behold, Old South Supply Company was born. So
like your hat.
Yeah, like my hat, like, you know, what?
So you'll have some of those for sale?
So, yeah, we'll have our booth there. We brought on another partner, Mike Porter. He'll be there with us running the booth. And so, yeah, we'll be in Vendor Village doing that. The collaborations that you hear about are just amazing. So, and I'm sure there's more that I don't know about. Would love to hear about them. But it does happen.
Rob's doing my website.
Rob, oh yeah, Rob and you, Rob and Real Thread, Rob and about 100 other people. Yeah, the dude's a genius. So yeah. There are a lot of good things and collaborations that come out of it.
And that's, I think, something else that's kind of neat is that people keep up and they stay in touch. And that's, for me, that was one of the biggest, I don't know if it was just, I mean, I live in the really deep South, but it was so much of, hey, keep in touch and, you know, check in. And so that was something that was really different and really nice.
And they do. People do. They, even on Twitter, we were, you know, obviously people are talking about it now because it's about to come up, but we were 4 months out and people were still talking about last year. Mm-hmm. So it is. It's good things. And the amount of friends and family that I have made just by putting this thing on are immeasurable.
Definitely. So, I can imagine.
It's nuts.
So let's just kind of go through. We had another question. So you come the first day to the workshops. Yep. At the end of the workshops, there's Ink Wars and the kickoff on the bridge.
Yes.
And then Friday speakers, Saturday speakers, and then you can go home or you can do whatever. And then Sunday there's going to be a Bible study.
Yes, and just so we're clear, Chris, Ink Wars is on the bridge. And I think the bridge party starts 7:30, 8-ish, and Ink Wars will be from like 9:30 to 10:30. So there you go, if that helps you.
So how do you sign up for Ink Wars, or how did you get chosen, or how did that happen?
So Ink Wars is still taking submissions for the battle. So it's an 8-on-8. I mean, 8 free-for-all, 8 people free-for-all. And Matt picks. Matt Helm is the leader of that show. He decides who competes. And one of the slots is BT, Stan Christofferson. He's the reigning champ from last year at WMC Fest. He'll be back down to defend his title. Yeah, I know. But I will say that defending his title this year is a little bit more epic because we actually took some budget and actually had a real full-on belt made. So when you win, it's like cast bronze, full leather, like a real legit belt. And that'll be passed down from now on. So it's not like a toy belt like we've given out in the past. Like, it's a real deal. So come on and try to win it. But if you go to that page on our site, you can still sign up to compete. And he just picks best of the best. And It's
So
gonna be good to watch.
talk about it a little bit to tell people who've never been and they don't really know what Ink Wars is. Can you kind of tell them what happens so that they might, if they want to try, they could try?
Like, how does it work?
So there's a big
Oh, yeah.
that
So
you're drawing on. They give you some
I
markers,
got
and they don't tell you what it is until the very end.
I mean, you
And
said
you have like an hour or something, right?
It's 1 hour. You don't know the theme until you get there. You have 2 paint-filled like markers, and the canvas is 8 feet high by 4 feet wide. And you have, like I said, you have 1 hour to do your best, whatever it is on the theme. And there's a DJ mixing, and there's a time clock running down, and everybody's standing around you drinking and watching you work. It's, I mean, Lenny did it. It's nerve-wracking, I imagine, but
Shauna did it too.
That's right. She did.
Yeah, I think there were only 2 girls. It was like Jenny, who works at Dave Ramsey now.
Oh, that's right, and it's Shauna.
And Shauna. So
And
more
then that
girls
was number 2. So number 3 happened at WMC Fest,
Oh.
and there were 2 girls in it, and then I really don't know. Matt hasn't shared who's gonna be in this year. I threw my name in the ring just because I want to do it sometime. I don't think he's gonna pick me because it's I run the show here, so
he might feel pressured to make you win, kind of like with Lenny.
I can't win any contest, like except for Tight Fight, which I can win. I can't win anything else if I enter it. But
boy, that makes Lenny feel really good if he can't beat
right.
you. You don't win anything.
You can't beat me, ha ha. No, oh man, I saw another question too, so we just get off subject. Pierre, beers on tap. I have no idea, but I'm open to suggestions. So send me an email, and we'll see what we can do. Yeah, good times.
So, okay, I have another question, and
Yes.
it'll kind of help us wrap up a little bit. What do you hear from other people? So, if somebody's kind of on the fence, what do you hear other people after the conference? What do you hear them saying? Because this is a really cheap conference, and what you get out of it's way more than anything I've ever paid thousands of dollars for.
I mean, I can raise ticket prices if y'all really want me to.
No.
I'll try to keep it affordable so everyone can show up. I know we do have a lot of students coming this year because of that, so that's helpful for them to get in front of some of these bigger names. But for me, I mean, it's the same stuff. You need to go to this. It's like becoming part of a family, and that's what I want to keep hearing. We want to know that when you got here, you were treated right, you felt loved, you felt, inspired, you had a good time. I guess your tank was full when you left,
Mm-hmm.
And I got to say it, God is good. He's so good. He's been doing everything for us, and I am nobody to do any of this. I'm just the person that happened to be in the right place to start this thing that he wanted me to do, and he's given us an outlet that's bigger each year and better each year. He provides the funding we need, and I'm blessed to be able to be around these people and love on them, and that's why hugging people's necks isn't a joke. I mean, it's funny, and we all oh, Mike's a giant huggable bear. Whatever. Yeah, I am. I'm a huge man. That's right. But I hug you because I love you, because I want everybody to feel that way. Just because that's how I would want to feel if I showed up to your door. I want you to welcome me in, and I want you to listen to my story. And I think we give people that outlet, and I'm very blessed and humbled to be able to do that, and want to keep going as long as I can. And I've got an awesome staff that helps out, and just a lot of good support and people that just love being here. So we want to keep it. We want to keep that vibe going and be able to do more to cultivate that same culture every year. So whatever we can do to up that a little bit, we're going to try to do. And so far, it's panning out.
So one Lenny says over here, and he's going to be on my show sometime, but I don't know when because I don't keep up with that. Ashley does all that for me. I would be lost without her. But Lenny, it says he came in to 13 was your first one, Lenny. Maybe you can confirm that, Mike.
Yeah.
But he had no idea who anyone was, and then he met Mike, and Mike's going to be a groomsman in his wedding. And so it's not these just kind of superficial relationships, but really in-depth relationships that continue throughout the year. And like Lenny lives in North Carolina, Mike lives in Georgia. It's not
Peter
like they're
lives
just
in Irvine. Rob lives in Irvine. They're out in California. I mean, you cultivate not just relationships that are around you or in your face, but like folks from all over, all over. And you don't even have to sign up, dude. You just show up. Show up, man. Show
Johnny
up
asked how do you sign up for a hug, and it comes with the ticket.
You can't miss me, all right? I'm like a walking billboard. Yeah, but those are the relationships that matter, and they are family to me, and that's what I want. I want people to do that same thing. I want folks to show up to be like, yeah, man, we're so tight that they're like blood, and they become in a different circle than they were in before the conference, and it can happen. It has happened to me every year, and like I said, I'm super thankful to do that. And I got one more last announcement. It's kind of but I have to do it. So Amir is one of our speakers this year, and he cannot make it now due to just reasons he couldn't help. I'm going to have to take him and replace him with someone else to speak. So be on the lookout for that change and that notice. Hate to do that, but sometimes circumstances come up and you just can't help them, and that's what happens. So it's a bummer, but we'll get somebody good in that slot too, and try to get him out here next year to meet everyone. But he was my furthest, one of three of the furthest away, because the Colemans are from Australia, and he is from Sweden. So, yeah, big time. It's kind of gotten global as far as people knowing about us and people coming in.
So let's talk about that a little bit. So that was something that I thought was pretty impressive, that there were people from all over. It wasn't just Georgia or the Southeast. There are lots of people from there. But I met people from Indiana, Boston, California, Canada. There were people from Canada. Can you talk a little bit about some of the numbers?
I know we have about 7 or 8 people coming from Canada this year. I got 2 guys from the UK showing up. Ian Bernard, who's doing one of our workshops, and Fraser's coming back, I believe. At least he said he was. I'm pretty sure he bought a ticket. And then we had a person coming from Sweden, but I had, like I said, Amir can't make it. And then the Colemans are from Australia. I think we've covered most of the United States. Nobody has registered from Hawaii. So if anybody knows anyone from Hawaii or Alaska, let's make that happen. Let's try to get all 50 states represented here. That would be unreal if we could make that happen. But we have a good variety of folks are being kind of registered from all over the country. I think we're going to try to do like when this is all said and done, do a pen map to kind of see where everyone's came from, to kind of get a broader sense of, wow, this is the kind of lives that were touched while they were here. So I don't know. A lot of times we just fly by the seat of our pants, if I have to be honest about it.
So one thing that I did last year, I collected, so the little badge has, a place, and I would stick my business cards in the back, and then anytime I would get business cards, I would stick them back there too.
Sure.
So then people give some stuff out. I got some cool stickers from Scott Biersack, and I'm sure other people will have stuff. People, I think you should come prepared to give some stuff away.
Oh, man. If you don't show up with cards and stickers, at least cards, then you're going to be hurting, because I can't think of one person that I know that is going to show, unless they're a student. The students, I would, okay, you can slide, you're a noob, you don't know any better. But if you are a professional, then you definitely should come prepared, because people love to trade and they love to talk, and it's a conversation starter, if anything else. If you're one of those, introverted folks who doesn't really know how to get into a conversation, be like, you want my sticker? And then, you can get a conversation started like that somehow, or if you're like me, you just squeeze the life out of them and keep going. So
that's your sticker.
That's it. That's what it. No, not this year. Wait for it. Hold on, I gotta get up real quick. Hold on.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
I have new stickers too. I wonder who sits in that chair that doesn't roll.
It's like an earthquake. Okay, I'm back. Boom. I'm giving out my sticker. Yeah, I am. I'm doing the promotional thing. It's cool. So, I don't have very many of these, but hit me up. We'll get that done. I might be getting out a few of these, too, if anybody wants a special notebook.
Ooh. It's not as cool as my notebook.
It is definitely not as cool as yours, but it is done on French Night Train. What is it? Night Shift Blue.
That one is cool. It may be cooler than mine, but
it's not cooler than yours. But yeah, so bring your stuff. Yeah, bring your stuff. Trade. Be prepared to buy some cool swag. There'll be a lot of cool stuff there.
So does Peter have a table of Design vs. Cancer?
Yeah, Design vs. Cancer is coming back. Treehouse is sending some stuff. Aaron's OK Pants, Aaron Seacrest, he'll have a booth. Scott Fuller's going to have a booth. Excuse me, Modern Giant's going to have a booth. I'll have to go to the website and look at the rest of them. Let me see real quick. Joe, where is it? There's some good people showing up that are going to have a lot of works there, but where is it? There we go. Just a quick rundown. Mama Sauce, Real Thread, 5-minute logos with Vaughn, Type Fight Live. The Visitors Bureau is going to have a booth, and they're going to be doing a contest and a giveaway. Event booth with the photo booth is going to be there. Raji and Justin Mazzell are both going to have booths. Design vs. Cancer, Old South Supply, OK Pants, Tad Carpenter is going to have a booth. The Studio Temporary, Modern Giant, and Columbus State and Jack State will both have booths. So it's going to be some cool stuff going on, and hopefully a few more people will sign up. We still have a few more tables left. So,
well, awesome. Okay, so one more question.
Oh, Inch by Inch will have a booth. Thanks, Bob.
Yeah, I signed up today, Bob, just so you know.
Yeah, I signed up a while back. Oh, yeah, thanks, Peter. My youngest daughter, Elise, she's 10. She's going to have a lemonade stand in the vendor village. So support her if you want to. Either way, be nice to her. I'm bigger than everyone. All right.
All right, so I can't remember what I was going to ask now. Oh, there was something, and we were talking, and I was like, oh, I should write that down, and then I didn't, so now I don't remember. Oh, well. Anyway, oh, so people were selling posters last year, T-shirts. I don't know if anybody was selling hats.
Yeah, hats,
baseball bats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, hats and bats. I mean, people are selling all kinds of stuff, so just be prepared. That's all I can say.
So, well, Mike, thank you so much. Oh, when does registration close?
Depending on numbers, either when we run out of tickets or the 31st. It's either one of those two. We're getting close to running out of tickets. So it could be before the end of March, but push comes to shove, March 31, turning registration off, and that's closing out this year. But we're really close to selling out anyway, so that might happen sooner. So if you see it shut down, it's because we sold out, which is awesome.
All right, so I'm adding the URL right over there, and it's www.creativesouthga.com, right?
Correct. So much stuff to read.
I know. I can't read it all.
So many shenanigans going on over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any other questions for me?
Yeah. Anybody else can ask a question, and I'm still loving my Levi Kendrick Kid poster.
I have that one here to frame to hang up in my office. It's sitting right here in my frame pile.
My frame looks awesome.
It looks great. Did you do a navy matte?
No, it's black. Because there's black in the handle, on the
right. I like it.
I look at mine every day.
It's cool. It's totally cool. Well, I'm excited to have everyone show up, and if you guys need anything, you know how to get in touch with me. Oh,
that's what it was. How can people help? What can they do? Can people help you and volunteer?
Yeah, so volunteer closed about 2 weeks ago because we
Oh.
had an abundance of volunteers. We have more than we actually need this year, which is great because it's more than we've ever had. But if you really want to help us, promote it socially. You know, do a Dribble post, do a Instagram post, do a Twitter feed post or whatever. Just get stuff out there on all your social media saying, hey, we're here, we're going to this, it's awesome, go buy tickets, or I just want the word to get out. So if you guys can do that for me, that would be fantastic. And
So
if I can help, go ahead.
sometimes there's a hashtag. So I think
Yes.
sometimes it's CS15 or Creative South 2015. Is there one that we should be using?
I prefer CS15 because it's really short. But,
Right, because
you
you're
know,
so tall.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. It's the fat fingers and less chance of messing up on the keyboard. That's what goes down.
I gotta introduce you to my friend Siri.
Yeah, I don't like her at all. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, you guys, CS15 hashtag and any other ones you want to throw out there. I think I saw one the other day. It was hilarious. There's something about hugs somebody put on there. I have to go back and find it, but that was funny too. But you know.
So somebody wants to know if there's a replay of this. It'll be on YouTube in a little while. It takes it a little while on the Design Recharge channel. It'll also be on my site later, but I do teach the rest of the day, so I kind of have to do that, thing to make money, to pay my bills. So one of the things I do. So it'll be probably tomorrow when I have it on the site, which Brian shared earlier. I don't know if it's on this side or if it's on that side. So, but it will be up tomorrow there. But it'll be later today if you're really just hoping to see it. It'll be there.
Awesome.
On YouTube.
I really
Design
appreciate
Recharge.
it. Thank you so much. Thank
yeah.
you everybody that showed up. I love you guys. And wait, I just saw another question.
One piece of
answer that?
advice. Yeah, one piece of advice for first timers. If there's is there anything at all for Creative South? So first time to Creative, what would you tell somebody?
Don't miss the parties. Bring stuff to give away if you can, like cards or stickers or whatnot. Be prepared to buy things at Vendor Village, and just come. What's that?
At Vendor Village, they usually take credit cards or debit cards. It's not just cash or checks.
Right. But pretty much most of us are like ingrained in technology anyway. So
right.
And then just be open. Be open and be bold in talking to people. You'll have more fun at this conference if you're able to have a conversation with someone and really just listen to them, to that person. And I think really good advice. Sean McCabe gave some really good advice about conferences on his latest podcast. I would say go watch that too. It's got some really good advice in there.
I think that's like SeanWest.com. And
yep. Hug next. That should be the hashtag. Hug next.
Yeah, right. That's a good one. All right.
Anyway, you guys are awesome. Y'all, if anybody needs anything, holler at me. I'm good.
And me too. I'm happy to help. So thank you guys. Ways to get in touch with Mike is mike@creativesouthga.com. Is that right?
Yep.
So mike@creativesouthga.com, and then you can also you want to share your Twitter or Instagram or whatever.
At Bucket826 for everything.
I'm gonna type it out for people. Oops.
I have so many, but that's me personally. That's me, the person.
And I'm at Design Recharge, or that's the easiest way to get in touch with me. You can always email me at diane@designrecharge.org. And just so you know, next week I have Roz Stendhal. She's coming back on. She does these amazing, if you didn't catch the first part, we're doing part 2, and she does a fake life in using her imagination and with incredible drawing skills in April. She does it like a journaling project, so it's a really great way if you don't want to commit to kind of a 365 project and you just want to try it for a month. April's kind of short, 30 days, and then it starts it off fun. So maybe you can make it next week, and then I'm taking that week off for Creative South. So I will hopefully see everybody next week and at Creative South. But Mike, thanks so much for being here and
for sure.
helping out, share the awesomeness that you do, and I'm really thankful that you came on.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. Y'all have an awesome day.
Okay, see y'all.
See you.